Today, I want to talk about how the way you look at something in some ways is just as important as what you're looking at in the first place. To do this, we're actually going to talk about science, junior high school science, which for me was back in the dinosaur days. But we're going to talk about specifically vision, our eyeballs, and how our eyes were really dependent upon what are called cones and rods, which were essentially what the eyeballs use to differentiate color and black and white. Cones in the back of our eyes actually can determine color, but they need a lot more photons, a lot more brightness in order to determine the color. Rods, on the other hand, in the same place, are much more sensitive, so need fewer photons, less light, but only can determine shapes or black and white. What this means is that when there's not a lot of light, you can see the shapes, but you really can't see the colors. And the more light we get, we can now see the colors. This is especially true in astronomy, where if you have a small telescope, you might see the planet Saturn, but you don't really see the colors because you're not getting enough photons. So use a bigger telescope that has a larger lens or a larger mirror, bringing in more photons, you'll see more color. Why do I bring this up? I bring this up because as you look at your organization, are you using one method and ignoring another? Are you looking at your organization strictly through the eyes of sales, strictly through the eyes of cost, strictly through the eyes of long-term, strictly through the eyes of short-term? Because if you are missing other attributes and other pieces of your puzzle that is your organization. So make sure that you're not only looking at what the data is that's coming in, but what tools are you using in order to look at that data in the first place. So what do you use to look at, say, Saturn? Comments below.